Salute to everyone who's watched it or gone back to dominance. So there's something that they never told you when it comes to having a lot of money. Because a lot of people want to have a lot of money, but they don't realize what having a lot of money means and what they get themselves into. You see, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Having a lot of money without knowing how to manage money is a recipe for disaster. There's this program that you can see on they call it I Blew It. What happens is that on the program is that people get a significant amount of money just like that through lotteries. Sometimes it's inheritance, sometimes it's rose accident funds, sometimes they gambled and they won. But the point is that they got a significant amount of money at the same time because of the fact that you don't know how to manage money and you don't know how to manage yourself. They end up doing things that can clearly show that they don't really know money. What they do is that they blow it on. They have parties, they have chicks, they have they buy a lot of cars and all of that, and end up not doing anything about it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. These are the two things that you have to know when it comes to you wanting to make a lot of money. If you want, because everyone thinks that having a lot of money doesn't mean that your responsibility doesn't intensify. It intensifies, and the quality of life that you live increases. And it doesn't mean that when increases doesn't mean that you have to suddenly wear Gucci and all of that. No, when I say increases, is that now you even the way you behave shows that you have money. But when it goes in two ways. The first one is the way you behave, how you manage your behavior when you have money. Most people don't know how to behave when they have money because they you can see clearly that someone does not know this amount of money on themselves. They don't know. They just got 10 million and they don't know what to do with it because they don't know how to behave when it comes to that significant amount of money. And what they do is that they do impulsive spending, they don't plan properly, or they spend it on things that they think are assets but they're not. Because right now you have 10 million, let's say for example you have 10 million rand, you buy property, 7 million rand, then the rest you save. How is the property making you money, more money? Because you have a lot of, and by the way, the bigger the house, the more the bills, the more the utilities. And at that time, you don't have a job that qualifies you to be able to maintain that house. Then now you do. The way you are going to behave is that you're going to be so much impulsive. You're gonna you're gonna start taking shortcuts so that you can get out of the stress, the parties, the women, and all of that. The way you behave when it comes to having a lot of money, you have to behave in a certain way. You have to show, first of all, you have to show that like you don't have that money. Because the people who are actually rich are the ones that really don't look rich. You understand? They 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 don't. The ones that are poor are the ones that want to look rich. And the people in these shops know how to manage them. They really know how to advertise these things to you. They make you look like when you buy like that 5,000 sneaker, you will look rich, and they fall for it. That's how people behave because they don't know how to manage their behavior. And the second thing is that they don't know how to manage money. Ladies and gentlemen, money can control you. Money can tell you. That's why people that's why they say the love of money is the root of all evil. That's why the Bible says that in First Timothy chapter 6 verse 10. It says that the love of money is the root of all evil because every every type of evil is 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 motivated by money. It's in a way it's motivated by the love of money. And you can see what people do. When you love money, it will control you. I'm not going to lie to you about that. And I've noticed this thing before. Now I know how to manage myself. That's why money doesn't control me. That's why I say that don't chase money, chase purpose. Money can control you, can make you can see the way women are these days. It controls them. Men it controls men in the way that they think that they need to have money to get the woman that they want. That is the case. It's not about eating anymore. It's not about, it's even to the point that people think that if they, I see this especially with the people who are in the streets, they tend not to think for the future. They tend to think about the present, the next meal. We shouldn't be thinking about that. But when you have a lot of money, those two things are a factor to you. Don't be pressurized by the fact that some people have more money than you and you think you need to measure to a certain lifestyle. If you do that, you're gonna fall for the trap. And 80% of people fall for this trap a lot. I see this a lot. They want a certain lifestyle, but they're not prepared for the implications of that certain lifestyle. So give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and comment below. I will release that book eventually on my first investment. Always remember, let's take it so I salute you out.